Yeah, all right, so now we're going to talk about honoring the life and value of my unborn child. All right, so this was, the so what happened was this Dr. Dow prescribed these abortifacients, and the drug certainly certainly played its role and to do what it was designed to do, and that is to prevent implantation. But see, the problem is that there was a conception, right? The baby was conceived. The sperm did what it was intelligently designed to do, and that is to meet the released egg. So the egg was released from the mother, and the sperm from the father came and united, and the conception there was successful, right? The conception was successful. There was a very special and wonderful child, a baby boy or baby girl that was conceived at that moment in time, and it did survive for some time. Now, and let me just say, this baby was worth 1,000 of her, or more, much more. This baby was worth 1,000 of her, right? If you know what I mean. All right, so a life with inestimable worth. From the moment of conception, this child was a unique and irreplaceable human being with a DNA code distinct from anyone who has ever lived or will ever live. The loss is not just personal, but a loss to humanity, as their potential was stolen before they could take their first breath. Okay, they couldn't even have the benefit of feeling their first heartbeat. That's how egregious this crime is. Yeah, a family. A member of the family stolen. So this is not just a pregnancy or a fetus. This was a son or daughter, a sibling, a grandchild, a part of a family that will now forever have an empty place. The pain of this loss will never fully heal because this child was meant to be part of a loving home and future. Right? This is a crime that demands justice. Right? The deliberate ending of this life is an injustice beyond words. Right? Just because society refuses to acknowledge the crime does not make it any less real. Truth is not determined by public opinion. So this is a truthful matter. Um, there's no debating it. The only thing they can do is avoid the criticism. This is a legacy of love and not erasure. No attempt to justify or ignore this act can erase the fact that this child existed and this child deserves to be remembered, honored, and spoken about, no matter how uncomfortable it makes those complicit in their destruction. Right? Um, I love that was real. I love that was real. So the bond between parent and child exists from the very beginning. This was not an idea of a child, but a real person, already loved and cherished. The love was real. The grief is real, and no one has a right to dismiss or minimize it. So this grief is certainly real, and the child was certainly real. Yeah, and the value, right? The value of the child is not measured by others, right? So no law, man-made law, or court or individual has the power to determine this child's worth, especially not any kind of a regulatory body like the College of Physicians and Doctors. Doctors and physicians and surgeons of Nova Scotia, they do not have the power to determine this child's value, this worth. Um, their value is inherent and not subject to debate, just as no human being's life is right to life should ever be. Right? There's no debate. There's a right to life, and it was infringed, and the child died. Right? So this is unforgivable justice. Well, perhaps. I mean, um, if you are of that opinion, forgiveness is a strong topic. We could expand on that for a long time. But anyway, those responsible for this loss may try to justify their actions, but the crime is permanent and no words can undo it. The perpetrators may be protected by man-made laws, but they will never escape the truth of what they have done. So the memory of this child will never be silenced. No matter how much society tries to hide the reality of what has happened, this child's life will not be forgotten. This life had meaning, and speaking out ensures that their existence is not erased from history. The unborn are not disposable. Okay, every unborn child represents a future that was meant to unfold, a future that was stolen through an act of cruelty and deception, Pretending otherwise is the true act of denial, not the refusal to accept such an evil as normal. In a call for justice and truth, honoring this child means exposing the lies and fighting for recognition of their humanity. The only way to ensure that this atrocity does not continue is to speak the truth boldly without fear or compromise. So again, I mean, this child was worth 1,000 of them. It certainly was. I mean, this is not an idea of a child. This is not some arbitrary, is not an abstract or arbitrary you know type of idea. This is, yeah, sure, certainly, but I mean, this is a real life that was cut short. Um, through these terrible abortifacient drugs that do not prevent ovulation and does not prevent pregnancy. It actually just kills the baby that was just set to be implanted, which is just another stage in development. It's just a stage in development. It's just and they have arbitrarily decided that the implantation is the starting of a pregnancy, which is not. And there's no medical science that would support that. And this is a crime. This is certainly a crime. I'll see you guys in the next video.